Let's get ready to remake!
Welcome to the show, Jack. How you doing?
Good. How's it going?
It's going great, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Jack Wallace. I'm a comic writer here in Columbus, Ohio. I also am part of the Columbus Scribbler, which is a free comic book newspaper in the city. We distribute to probably about 16 locations. We do about 1,000 issues every issue. We're now coming up on issue 5, coming out in September, which has an interview with Jeff Smith, local cartoonist legend. So, yeah, I also write for a couple animation studios, Essence Cartoon and Ownage Pranks. So, yeah, that's in brief. That's about it.
In brief. That's
in brief. Yeah, that's
awesome, dude. You're out there. You're working. That's pretty.
Yep.
Great.
I'm trying to at least.
So the way Remake Revolution works, while we wait on Steve to join us, is 2 teams will compete against each other in a epic collision of who can pitch the better movie. The topics that we will be rating are the pitch, what the movie's about, what the plan is, how the story will progress, director, writer, actor, marketing, and soundtrack. Soundtrack.
Whoa.
Soundtrack's more so if there's a tie.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay. I think we have a couple of those. Hey, there he is.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, sorry.
All right.
Hey, Steve, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Steve Steiner. I'm just a guy who lives the dream every day. I write and draw my own little comics and zines on the side, and I'm ready for a good time.
All right, guys.
Steve, real quickly. Unfortunately, Dan was disappointed, and he thought Scott Steiner was joining us, and I was like, that would be epic. I mean,
no.
So,
sorry to disappoint.
All right.
What do you think weighs more, Steve or one of Scott Steiner's arms?
Unfortunately, probably me. Probably me. Been trying to lose this quarantine weight, but it's slow going.
Hey, you're working harder than me. I'm not even trying.
I tried at first. I'm like, and then I was like, who am I doing this for? Like, really? It's me.
And I'm okay with that.
I like food and I want to eat it. I don't think I'm going to balloon up in a few weeks. Like, I can keep myself under 300 pounds, and I think that's a good goal.
how many people here have worn like the same clothes multiple days in a row during the pandemic? Because I've done that.
Definitely me.
Yeah.
You mean during the pandemic or just in general? Because I go both ways.
I was speaking of the pandemic, Jack.
Well,
but, you know, I mean,
I wasn't gonna say nothing. I'm in that same boat, but I was like, hey, it counts, right?
I mean, not day after day, but like, you know, you give that shirt a couple days so people don't notice right off the bat. But yeah,
right. You sniff and you go, I'm just laying on the couch watching, movies. I'll just throw this on.
Shirt, it goes into the almost dirty pile. Then when you're out of clean shirts, you wear all the almost dirty shirts, put them then into the dirty pile.
Yep.
And that's how it works.
As Bill Murray says in Ghostbusters, there are many layers to it.
Yes, absolutely.
You're enjoying that I wear clothes when I'm not here. Like,
on YouTube here pretty soon.
Dan is just walking around naked in the house when he's.
I mean, if it's your house,
hey,
exactly.
Hey, okay. I'm not gonna judge. I'm not gonna cast aspersions.
And plus, considering today's topic, we should not be too squeamish about getting naked.
Right.
Well, it's true.
That is a fantastic lead-in right there.
Fair enough.
All right, everybody. Today we're doing Remake Revolution. It is a joint production. It's McGTV with the PVDCast, with 3 Geeks Podcast, presenting to you Remake Revolution. The subject matter in Showgirls will be a little provocative. We're going to try our best to keep it on the lower R-rated side as we as we stream live on these airwaves. But
Showgirls is NC-17. I feel like we should at least go that hard.
we're gonna go R. That's gonna be.
We have a hard R plan. So
We have subject matter that I will be showing to the people, and it already plays with that line just a little bit. This is my first time hosting this, so let's get ready to remake.
Can't say that.
What do you think I was gonna say?
No, I'm not going to say it. That's copyright. I don't want to say that.
All right, so the first we got Dan and John. What are your team names?
Oh, what's our team name?
Oh crap!
Come
I
on,
don't know.
John.
God.
Really, you're the one who told us to make sure we told people we needed a team name.
Sorry. How
Uh,
about the Heavy Metal Masters?
okay?
Heavy Metal Masters. There you
Sounds
go.
great.
Steve, Jack, you guys got a team name?
what do you think, Jack? We didn't talk about that.
We didn't talk. My first thought is Slut Lizard, but I don't know if that's a.
No, for this one, that's okay.
Perfectly fine.
All right, cool.
Subject matter, I'm going to allow it.
Nice. That's funny. All right. So Jesus. Let's get into this. Let's find out who's going first. John, pick a number between 1 and 5.
3.
2. So if Price is right, you got 3 and up. So it is Steve and Jack's get to go first. So Steve, Jack, what's your pitch for a Showgirls remake?
Okay, so I don't know if this is going to be considered a parody, but me and Steve did do kind of a mock-up of what our ideas was. So Nomi Malone is a young dancer whose dancing is so bad that many people have been hospitalized after an encounter with her. Some have even committed suicide after just brief glimpses. Despite repeated attempts by the governor to try and block her from the state after declaring her dancing a national emergency, she moves to Las Vegas to follow her dreams of becoming a showgirl.
Hold on, Jack. Have you ever heard this show before? Because this is way too good for anything that's ever.
We put a lot of planning into this.
Actually, me and Steve did say we think we may have put too much work into this. So
Bravo, Jack. Keep rolling. I love
So
it.
she gets into an Uber and is chatting with the Uber driver. When he reaches for the glove compartment, Nomi thinks that she's about to be accosted and then violently stabs him with a switchblade. And after he threatens to call the police, she agrees to give him all the money she has left to avoid authorities. He drops her off in the middle of the bright lights of Las Vegas and goes to seek medical assistance. Penniless and overcome by shame and hunger, Nomi wanders into traffic, and this is where she's nearly run over by Molly Abrams. After briefly fighting and then puking on her, Molly agrees to become roommates with this brute of a stranger. 3 months later, the two are living in a derelict trailer park and seem to be taking turns sharing a single bed for some reason. Nomi finds work at the Walrus, which is a low-class strip joint. Her manager, Al, claims that she is the worst act they've ever seen since Shelley gave life birth on stage. Nomi has an appetite for better things, namely joining the cast of the hit Las Vegas show Godless. Fortunately, Molly is a costume designer on the show and introduces the star of the show, Crystal Connors. Connors eventually finds Nomi at the Walrus, requests a private dance for her and her boyfriend, Zach, who happens to be the entertainment director of the prestigious Angel Dust Casino. This is where we first see the devastating power and chaotic, violent dance moves of Nomi. Zach is overcome and is nearly put into a coma, and unfortunately, his penis might never be the same. James Smith is an aspiring dance gigolo, seems to also be easily sneak into the private dance room with little objection from the guards, even though they seem to be everywhere. Nomi eventually gets James fired from multiple jobs and thrown in jail, which seems to be a strange aphrodisiac for him. Nomi is offered an audition to become a dancer in Godless, thanks in part to some freshly iced nipples. Zach says her dancing encompasses the chaotic and hopeless nature of our times. Nomi's life becomes a whirlwind of hot dance theatric and self-absorbed aggressive outbursts. Her past remains a mystery as the lackluster HR department doesn't even check for social security numbers, which really should be something that the IRS should look into. And from there, I will go ahead and pass it off to Steve to finish it out.
I gotta say, I'm not the judge. I'm just the host. But you guys are.
Can
just...
you email this manuscript?
No,
I'm
we're
trying
gonna
to
actually pitch this.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
Happily.
If
Hollywood is watching this right now. Just know
Yeah.
contact these guys to use this idea.
all right.
Well, this is when things really start heating up because we wanted to pay homage to probably the best scene in the movie. So Crystal and Nomi, they start becoming friends, and they start bonding over their shared love of eating dog food. You know, they had tough childhoods, so they start laughing about eating dog food. And then we want a 5-minute montage. They come out of a PetSmart with a 25-pound bag of dog food, and they chow down to the tuna "Hungry Like the Wolf" for 5 minutes. And that's going to be
Soundtrack shout out, by the way. Just for that.
And so, but things take a turn for the worse because Nomi has been seducing Crystal's man the whole time. Zach is starting to fall for Nomi. And so the rivalry starts getting really heated. And it ends up, Crystal sends Nomi off to become a prostitute for some boat enthusiasts. And then Nomi decides she's just going to push Crystal off a cliff. She takes her out to the Nevada desert, and the only thing that saves Crystal's life are her heaving breasts. They prevent the fall. She isn't permanently damaged, but she's laid up for a while, and Nomi takes over the show. And so now Nomi, she's on top of the world. She's got everything she ever wanted. She, her man's got a hot car. She's head of this great show. She's showing off her cool dance moves to everybody. Sorry, lost my place.
Oh, you're not the only one.
Started getting into it. And so then they're having a party at the Angel Dust Casino where this is all going down. And that's when her best friend Molly unfortunately meets with a violent attack from a K-pop pop band. They're at the casino, they're performing, and she just goes down the wrong hallway, and bad shit happens.
Pop bands are mean.
So this is in the hospital. It gets even worse because her man Zach found all about her secretive past. He had his men work on it, and it turns out that he knows her real name's Pollyann Costello, and she's actually a college dropout from a prestigious liberal arts college, and is part of a really disturbing scandal. It seems like Pollyann, she was on track to graduate with a minor in dance theory. During her final recital, her violent convulsions paralyzed her dance partner, just took her right out, and it made her dance partner a quadriplegic for life. So the college said, hey, we'll forgive everything. You just can never dance again. And she said, no, I'm going to live my dreams. And so she changed her name. She changed her Twitter handle. She headed west to follow her passion for dance. So she refuses to compromise, and she decides she's going to get revenge on these K-pop bastards. And so she goes to their hotel suite, and she unleashes the full force of her violent hoochie moves. She goes after one by one. She gyrates one guy so hard his head just falls right off. It just snaps the neck, and it just sags over, and then it just snaps. And she just kills one by one, and she crushes her windpipe with her flailing moves, and just crushes them all. And she's now the movie, this is the ending, and she's leaving town. She's had enough of this town. And again, the same Uber driver picks her up, and he starts freaking out. His stab wound's still bandaged up and everything. And she stabs him again in the exact same place to display her erratic social behavior one last time. Proof the city has never changed her. She changed the city. And I imagine the song for the ending credits would be, I am the warrior. I am the warrior! Starts screaming. And then everybody in the theater stands up and applauds because we just blew their minds.
Did you guys write a whole script for this?
Yes. Yeah, it's ready for production. We're just waiting for investors, really. At this point.
Just waiting for the funding.
Yep.
Hey, going back to a previous joke to earlier on in the podcast, Bruce Valanche is taking notes. I gotta get these two guys in Ohio. They're good.
Jim Blaylock writes, you're inspiring the watchers to go watch this movie again.
Yes, we should have said that. We are not responsible if you go watch Showgirls again and need to stab your eyeballs out or whatever, because we take no responsibility for your watching Showgirls because we did. Like, please do not do this at home.
We did it so you don't have to.
Watching Showgirls?
No.
See, I vividly remember I watched Showgirls like in 1998, and I remember going, there's a lot of boobs in this movie, but it's still terrible. So when I rewatched it last week, I hated myself a lot.
When I was 13, I thought it was the greatest thing in the world.
Okay. Well, I've got all that I'm going to get with that.
John and Dan, you guys have a tough act to follow. Let's see what you got.
John?
Okay. Here's our pitch. The movie takes place in the next year or two. And unfortunately, much like many, many cities in America, there are some folks dealing with some serious economic issues. There's a casino in Vegas called the Magmasaurus. That's right. It's named after a fictional dinosaur. That's how cool it is. Anyways, it's on the verge of financial collapse. So this casino decides that they need a new show to bring in the people. So the higher-ups at the Magmasaurus want to hire the legendary entertainment director Zach Carey to produce a new show called Volcanoes and Heat. The rumors are abound that Zach died a few years ago in a terrible cement mixer accident. So unfortunately, the owners of this casino go with the next best option, the entertainment director known as Bob Jones. Bob is desperate to have this show a success. No matter what he does, no matter how many people he auditions, he just can't seem to get the right cast. So when word comes that Nomi Malone has returned to Vegas to pay her respects at Crystal Connor's funeral, Bob seeks her out and pleads with her to take over this ragtag group of dancers and to make Volcanoes and Heat the best show on the Strip. After a few moments of considering, Nomi decides to take the position. She's still somewhat upset and somewhat hurt by the gruesome discovery that indeed Crystal and her gay drag queen personal assistant Adrienne Barbeau have been slain in Vegas. As a matter of fact, Adrienne was unfortunately thrown off the top of the apartment building of Crystal in a scene reminiscent of Ricky O, and unfortunately fell to his death, only to have the apartment building collapse on Crystal with a scene of just one leg and one boob hanging out from underneath the rebel. It was very, very, very difficult for Nomi to see that. But nonetheless, she takes the reins and she's going to whip this group into shape. And she's starting to do so when all of a sudden, some dancers start ending up dead. So Nomi, Bob Jones, and Sergeant Dick LaForge must determine who is the killer. And eventually, after a lot of different investigative endeavors, it is finally revealed that at the end of the movie, Nomi confronts the masked killer only to rip off the mask and to find out that indeed Zach Carey is not dead, but indeed the killer back for revenge because Nomi Malone ruined his entire life.
Fuck, you just spoiled the movie for me.
So that is the motivation for killing the three dancers, Crystal and Adrienne. And indeed, there's going to be a little kung fu fight, which we'll explain later, until, unfortunately, Dick LaForge has no option but to shoot Zach Carey, ending his reign of terror.
Okay. Normally the pitch is like, yeah, we're doing kind of a murder mystery deal, and yeah, we're gonna have kids in there, and that's my pitch. And wow, both I'm impressed. I'm impressed with both teams. Like that is That is a lot. I'm excited to let you guys know what I've gleaned from both of your that's going to be a lot of fun. And feel free to correct me later on when we're going back.
Sure.
And you can throw any little thing in there. But no, that's really great. I'm enjoying both of these. We'll see how it goes. You want to go writer directors next?
Writer director is next, but first I'm going to go to the comments each time a team finishes. Jim says, when I watched it, I was disappointed in Alan Ratchins. He went from LA Law to Showgirls.
I don't know. Probably Alan was pretty disappointed too there, Jim. I mean,
Yeah, no shit.
That's how I feel about Kyle MacLachlan too. Like, he was too good for this as well.
He was Muad'Dib.
All right, so Steve and Jack went first last time.
You got to sleep with what's her face. I mean, that's pretty cool. I'd like a sex scene with Elizabeth Berkley. Come on.
So we're gonna go with John and Dan first. John and Dan, who do you guys have for writer and director?
Okay,
Dan, that's all you.
our writers. We're bringing back Jerry and David Zucker and Jim Abrahams to write this.
Abrams?
They haven't. Abrams, yes. Oops, our notes are wrong. My bad.
I'm blaming it on autocorrect.
Fair enough. They haven't done much lately, but they did the old Airplane, and it would be perfect for Showgirls.
Say all of those names again one more time slowly.
Jerry Zucker, David Zucker, Jim Abrams.
Jerry, David Zucker,
Jim Abrams. All right, continue, Dan.
For the director, we're getting John Woo.
Okay.
Because, I mean, nobody can encompass the beauty that will be this Showgirls other than John Woo and doves and all kinds of awesomeness. Now, for the fight, stunt, and dance coordinator, we're getting Yin Wu Ping. Because, I mean, he can do it all, man.
How do you spell that?
Y-U-E-N space W-O-O space Ping.
I love that you had to put the spaces in there.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So you got Jerry and David Zucker and Jim Abrams writing with John Woo directing and Yin Wu Ping as your stunt and dance coordinator?
Yes.
Stunt and dance coordinator.
Who's your guys' grip?
What?
Just kidding.
I mean, key.
By the time this movie makes it to production, I think Dan and I would be doing a lot of best boy,
yes.
mic operator.
That's a union you guys got to get in. That's not just a job you can get.
That's true.
Anyway, all right. So team, that's all your. Do you have 800 other people you'd like to add to this list?
No,
not until we get to cast.
All right, Team Slut Lizard.
I'm the host, Max. Team Slut Lizard. What's your writer and director?
You want me to or you want it?
Go for it, Steve.
Okay. Well, we picked a real hit maker. Let's just be serious. Those guys are losers they named. I never heard of him. We got a guy you actually heard of, and he's a writer and a director, and he's made hit after hit that have dancing. Not so much boobs yet, but we'll educate him. Baz Luhrmann, Romeo and Juliet, Moulin Rouge, Dancy, Colorful, Dreamy. What do you do? The newest Great Gatsby. He knows how to work with stars, and we got lots of stars that he's going to have to, wrangle and get them to get naked. So this is our guy. He's from Australia, so it's all good down there.
Say the name one more time. It broke up a little bit when you were saying.
Oh, Baz
Baz
Luhrmann. I'm saying that right, Jack. His last.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. I don't think I've ever said it out loud. I've just read it.
You need them to spell it to you.
Yeah, that would be nice because I know
Sure.
I'm not spelling it right.
B-A-Z-L-U-H or L-U-R-H-M-A-N-N.
Oh, I was almost right. I didn't have
All right, so now if you live in Columbus, Ohio, then you saw signs for an audition to go apply to be in Showgirls at John's house. Those were not real. It was just a couch. So, but no, who are your guys' cast? Let's go to Steve and Jack first.
Go for it, Steve.
Okay, well, this was a hard one to cast, and we went back and forth, and there was only one real clear, obvious choice. We needed somebody with star power, somebody that has the dramatic chops to do what we need to do, and she has to be willing to get naked. And there was only one choice for that, and that is Lena Dunham. And I mean, she's more
than every woman. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Steve.
Sorry. She's like a modern day auteur, man. She's got the chops, and this is for a new generation, and she's the voice of the new generation.
Okay. Much more relatable.
Can I interject for a minute?
Sure.
The funniest part was, and Dan doesn't even know this because I cut it. When I was naming dancers, I wanted to have really properly trained dancers, slutty strippers, and then just 2 regular Joes. And I had penciled Lena Dunham in as one of the regular Joes. That's why this is hilarious. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, you're missing out because she's got the star power to make this a blockbuster hit. No doubt.
And much more relatable. I mean, she's, much more in every woman, I feel like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you have any other cast members?
Oh, yeah.
Do. I was just. You want to take the next one, Jack?
Yeah, for the next one, we know he's a much more serious actor, much more for a stone-faced role. But we chose Adam Driver as Zach Carey. We figured it would give him a little bit more of a something that he's not usually known as being so glitzy and glamourful. But this would help break him out of his shell, and
it's a girls' reunion almost.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Plus, I think he could rock that cool '90s hair. Yeah. With that, that hair over his face that I can't do anymore. Hair left, but. And then for Crystal Connors, this was another hard one because this is Nomi's nemesis. And it's got to be, again, somebody with name recognition, star power, known for performing. And, finally we just why don't we just get the most famous pair of breasts that exist on Earth? And that's Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton is the superb Crystal Connors, and she and Lena Dunham will skyrocket this.
She's an American
of Dolly Parton, or just Dolly Parton now?
Dolly Parton now. Oh yeah,
Dolly Parton now. But our CG budget is flexible. We can de-age, we can enhance, we can do anything we want.
She is America's sweetheart. She's an American treasure. Fantastic actress. 9 to 5. She can, and this will kind of really change her role as a villain. I feel like. For Molly Abrams, we have Zoe Kravitz from Big Little Lies, or Ileana Glazer from Broad City. One of those two would both work.
Yeah, whichever's cheaper.
Whoever works cheaper, right?
You have to pick one.
I say Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz. All right.
For James Smith, our dance gigolo, Donald Glover, of course. He's a great performer. He might touch period blood. We don't know yet, but that's the way it's gonna go. We might have to get a stunt double for that part.
For Al Torres, we have James Edward Olmos. Usually very stern and selective, but we're feeling like this is gonna broaden his role as a creep.
I missed that joke. And then Tony Moss. Tony Moss, he didn't have a lot of time to shine. He was the producer of the show for, the audience. He had a famous line that I really liked, that he goes up to Nomi and he goes, "I'm erect. Why aren't you erect?" And, at first I wanted kind of a controversial choice to really, juice this up even more. And I wanted kind of Matt Lauer. Jack kind of talked me down from that. And we decided on Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe, he could just deliver that line, and I think that's a line people would repeat constantly after the movie. "I'm erect." Why aren't
the catchphrase of the film?
Yeah, you go into a restaurant and people just throw that around casually, they're joking. So
And for our go for you want to do the last one, our Uber driver?
And then the Uber driver, he's not a big part, but he's like the bookends, the beginning and the end. We wanted to Saved by the Bell kind of cameo. We needed some kind of reference, and Dustin Diamond's the kind of guy that you'd like to kind of see stabbed. So,
and he's probably an Uber driver right now.
Yeah, I mean, again,
we got a jail.
Now he's in prison.
What?
He's in jail.
Well, that's all right. We'll get a
He'll be an Uber driver in 3 to 5 with good behavior.
Okay.
All right. Is that everybody?
That's it.
Okay. This is a cast right here. I want to tell you right now. That is a cast right there. I'm loving this.
Yeah, I there's no words.
I really did not know he's in jail.
I thought he was out. I don't keep up.
Yeah, I mean, right? Yeah.
I'm surprised his mugshot looks that good. Honestly,
maybe we can work out a deal with the Justice Department, to get him out just for filming.
John and Dan, let's hear your guys' cast.
Okay, our cast. We are going to bring it back to the original. Nomi Malone is going to be played by Elizabeth Berkley. Crystal Connors is going to be played by Gina Gershon, and Kyle MacLachlan will rise.
Just one guy writing with one pen over here, John.
All right.
Your guys is it a sequel?
It's kind of a sequel. Yes, it is. And Kyle MacLachlan returns as Zach Carey.
Okay, Kyle MacLachlan's been doing pretty good.
After Nomi, who was next? Sorry.
Crystal Connors will be played by Gina Gershon.
Okay, that's not bad.
Because we're going through like the new and the old mixed together in this tale.
Okay.
All right.
Let's keep it going. Who else we got?
Well, as we mentioned, Crystal Connors does have an assistant, Adrienne Barbeau, and that individual will be played by Christopher Walken.
Nice. Christopher Walken. He's got a movie coming up with Robert De Niro. It's like the Deer Hunter reunion that nobody wanted because it's like really comedy. Which I like Christopher Walken and all the comedies and stuff that he does. Continue, John.
Sergeant Dick LaForge will be played by Willem Dafoe.
Oh, Devil and I.
He called it first. He can't be.
For the entertainment director of the Magmasaurus Casino, we thought if you need somebody that's inept, if you need somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, there's only one actor for that can pull that off and pull it off convincingly, and that's Patton Oswalt.
I like Patton Oswalt.
Yeah. Now, we have lots of dancers, but we're only going to really cast for the 3 that are going to die. Okay. So playing the role of Jeremy, a.k.a. Dead Dancer number 1, we are going to cast Taylor Lautner.
He could get it. He's available.
He's available. and he's a handsome fellow, and that would, bring in some of the demographic that we want.
All right.
For playing the role of Portia, a.k.a. Dead Dancer number 2, a young lady that knows her way around murder, mayhem, and other horror, Asia Argento.
Huh. I thought you were going to say Angela Lansbury.
No.
You said you were old.
And our third dancer playing the role of Susie, a.k.a. Dead Dancer number 3, and she would be our typical, stripper young lady that's trying out for the cast, adult film star Gianna Michaels. She died very well in Piranha 3D, and, we kind of need that sex appeal. It was an easy cast. And lastly, our last character, a totally new character, is the character of Teddy Goto. And Teddy Goto will be played by Jackie Chan. Now, you may say, what the hell has Teddy Goto got to do? Well, Teddy Goto is an antagonist of sorts. He is the entertainment director in the casino across the street from the Magmasaurus, who randomly throughout the movie will show up to bust Patton Oswalt's balls about how he can't do anything right and he can't do anything good, or et cetera, et cetera. But, as I mentioned in our pitch, there's a little bit of kung fu magic That's because Teddy Goto is the one that helps Nomi defeat Zach Carey and reveal him as the murderer right before Dick LaForge puts two in his gut.
Is there anything else?
No, there's not.
I have no words.
Oh my god! No, I mean, like, these two casts, there's a lot going on both of these. I'm so happy to be the judge on this one. I really am.
All right, so to anybody that is watching and listening to us right now, this is going to be the part where I've seen some of the materials that you guys are about to hear and listen, and you might want to make sure there's no I mean, if there's somehow children made it into the room during this, you need to definitely push them out.
And hopefully they haven't been listening for the last 45 minutes. If so, I'm questioning some parenting skills. I'm just gonna say it.
All right, so John and Dan, we have marketing. Let's hear it, guys.
Dan.
All right. We got a ton of marketing here. First of all, since it's the Zucker Brothers and Abrams' newest film in freaking forever, we're going to push the hell out of that. Because this is a writing team that rocks, and you need to do that. Secondly, it's going to come out as an R rating, right? But we're going to re-release in theaters if it does well with a director's cut with more sexy and naked Jackie Chan. Because that's what everybody wants.
Nice.
Thank God they didn't send me a picture of that.
I tried, John. I tried.
You're making the film and a director's cut, but you're not going to release the director's cut?
That's how we do it nowadays.
We're gonna release the director's cut after. It's like the Deadpool Christmas shit with.
Okay, I was just trying to keep it straight. All right.
Yeah, it'll be like Merry Christmas. Here's naked Jackie Chan. You know.
Everybody wants another tree.
Exactly. I mean, why not? We're gonna keep the same soundtrack as the original movie. You know, the Bowie, the Prince, My Life, the Thrill Kill Cult, Sisters of Mercy. But we're not
on soundtrack yet.
Oh, okay. But it's promotional.
Well, you know what? Okay, because there might be a tie. I'll concede. That
okay. All right.
Okay, we'll hold that.
Okay. Now, next, this is just the beginning of a whole Showgirls franchise. Now, we're adult cartoon out of this. It's going to run on HBO. It's going to be like Heavy Metal with Showgirls. With that, we're going to have a whole action figure and toy line. It's going to be awesome. Like the Magmasaurus, which sits out front of the casino. That's going to be their Quinjet, and it's going to like ride around on that and beat the shit out of aliens. It's going to be great.
Showgirls in space. What more do you need?
And lastly, we are doing a promotion with Taco Bell, and it will be the greatest promotion ever.
Taco Bell presents its newest entree, as seen in the hit movie Showgirls. Nomi gobbled them up on screen, and now you can get your hands on Nomi's beefy fish taco. Engulf all the voluptuous flavors in your mouth. Available in plain or smothered with our patented crispy sauce. So go to Taco Bell and get Naomi's beefy fish taco. Available at all locations. Only after midnight.
Beefy fish taco.
I don't know if I'm hungry or horny. I can't tell after that ad.
I don't think I'm going to recover. I don't know if I.
That commercial made me never want to go to Taco Bell.
I'm gonna go get.
It's the new American Pie. I mean, come on.
And is it a beefy fish taco? I missed that part. Is it?
Yeah.
So it's beef and fish together in a taco.
Fish together, yeah, in a
classic combo. Yeah,
exactly, man. I mean, they're the innovators of doing that type of stuff.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm going to be strictly hot dogs from now on.
Steve and Jack, what's your guys' marketing pitch?
So our marketing pitch is the first thing is so Showgirls really made a splash in becoming the first NC-17 movie out. So we wanted to up the envelope on that one. Our movie's actually going to be NC-35. So you have to be over the age of 35, and you will have to present a marriage license that says that you've been married for at least 4 years. See, our target audience is really going to be people who have been, they're well into their marriage. Things are going south in the bedroom, and this is kind of like their weak, belittling attempt to rekindle that passion.
You're taking the 50 Shades track.
That's exactly right. Yes, that's exactly right. Yep. Number 2 on the list, we thought is Smell-O-Vision. So they used to have cards that they would present to patrons when they could go in there, and so like during certain parts of the film, you could scratch a line and then smell it.
So scratch and sniff.
Yeah, exactly. So some of our smells are going to be stale cigarette smoke and cheap perfume, and sweat. Just actually, a lot of them I think will be sweat. And
one second, sorry, let me get this down.
Of course, you've all seen a breast, but have you smelled a breast? I feel like that's going to be.
That's our tagline for.
That's our tagline. And Steve has one more marketing idea.
All right.
Actually, we're springing.
I got a poster too.
We're springing this.
Oh man!
If that doesn't make you want to see our movie, I don't know what will. But this will enhance it a little bit. Our last idea is a Showgirls app, and this app will give anybody breasts, and this will be, completely customizable. You can do like droopy ones and firm ones, ones with big areolas or hairy areolas, whatever you want. And, it's going to be a great hit with, kids and whoever. And that's going to really increase the interest for this movie. I can see, people will have to get marriage licenses at this point to see it.
Hey, now 50% of marriages end in divorce. Do us divorced people get a discount?
If I'm the money on this one, I say divorced people can't get in. You gotta go.
Yeah,
no, I'll let them in, but you got to pay double. You got to pay.
Okay, that's brilliant. Yes, I agree with Steve on that 100%.
All right, divorced people. I'm putting that in the marketing also.
Divorced people like team up and pretend they're married to each other.
No, but
if they can fake a wedding certificate, yes, they can.
Okay, that's not hard.
Yeah,
this is going to increase forgery. Canadian American marriages.
All right, I'm good.
All right, so let's get ready for this tiebreaker real quick. Steve and Jack, tell us about your soundtrack.
So we already have 2 songs listed.
We got
Hungry Like the Wolf.
And I Am the Warrior.
Right.
I don't know how many more you need than that, because those can pretty much, are pretty awesome.
I think I want to throw Eye of the Tiger in there somewhere. I don't know where yet, but that's going to be. I feel like
85
and 80s to 90s vibe.
Right.
Yeah, good music.
Okay.
I've always felt like sex movies should have the 2001 theme and Eye of a Tiger in them. John and Dan, what's your music?
Well, we are going to just keep the same soundtrack because it was killer. You got Bowie, you got Prince, My Life with a Thrill Kill Cult, Sisters of Mercy. However, though, on the album, we'll have the original version of I'm Afraid of Americans by David Bowie, but we will also have a new version done by, of course, Evanescence.
Evanescence. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. Are they still making music?
Okay. What's the name of the song again?
I'm Afraid of Americans.
Is Dolly Parton doing like a song, back to Steve and Jack real quick, in the vein of like Will Smith? Here come the Showgirls.
Jiggy with it. Yeah, I don't know.
I love that idea. I think we're just going to take that. I think that's perfect.
Yeah, thanks for the bailout.
Jim Baylock says Jungle Love.
That's a good one, Jim. I like that one.
Yeah, Morris Day and the Time.
All right, so you're gonna have an original Dolly Parton movie song.
Mm-hmm. And perhaps she could just redo 9 to 5, except it's something like working 12 to 9, or it's something like that till 9 in the morning. Something something for the striptease audience.
Sundown to sun up.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. We'll let Max go deliberate while we all just chat about whatever.
Random things.
These pitches were not bad. And if you guys are watching this and you would like to partake in Remake Revolution, email us at 3geekspodcast@gmail.com and let us know. We can get a buddy.
I didn't bring enough beer for this.
It's been a blast. I've looked forward to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even though I had to rewatch this movie, which God damn it. I texted Dan in the middle of this. I'm like, dude, why am I doing this? This is terrible.
I feel like
I don't know because I just did it all from memory. So it's fine.
John calls me and goes, so I watched Showgirls, and then I told Dan, like, have you watched Showgirls yet? And he's like, Dan just tells me he watched the trailer twice and is good. He's like,
I'm like, fuck no, I didn't watch it.
John is the most, and this is a good quality to have, like overthinker that I know. So I'm surprised that he didn't overthink that.
Dude, I'm telling you, it was a murder to lay on that couch, and I'm like, oh my God, like at one point, I literally yelled at the TV because Naomi has all those freakouts for no reason. I'm like, why are you mad? Stop it!
Half of the movie is her just throwing something down and then walking out of a room and slamming a door. That is 80% of the movie.
Violent outbursts that I knew we needed to capture that in our pitch somehow.
Right.
And like Lena Dunham, that's a good one to capture that unwarranted rage.
I like I said, Dan and I had a blast kind of going back and forth with these different ideas, and I guess I'm somewhat proud or maybe ashamed of myself for that radio commercial. I'm not sure.
That was good. I wish I had the ability to do stuff like that.
I like the Showgirls poster. That was something.
It was something, all right. Yeah.
I sent it to John because the original picture I got was a little bit over the line, I think, for internet radio. So John creatively added construction worker to the photo.
Would this be a good time for Steve and Jack to one more time kind of plug some of the stuff you guys got going on?
Absolutely. Please do.
All right, go ahead.
Go for it, Jack.
So I recently released a graphic novel called Frankenstein for Mayor. It is basically Frankenstein is running for mayor of Transylvania against Dracula, who's the current mayor. The town is divided in between werewolves, witches, and vampires, and so he has to kind of get everybody on the same political track and save the town from their corrupt mayor. It's available on Comixology. Feel free to Google it. It's available there. Me and Steve, like I said, are getting ready to push issue 5 of the Scribbler, which we're pretty excited about. And that's something we've been working on for I would say about close to 2 years now. So we're on issue 5. Yeah. Steve, do you got anything coming up? Anything you want to mention?
I've been kind of holding off on getting too much stuff printed this year because of COVID, and we don't really have like shows to go to, but mulletturtle.com is my website for like humorous comics and zines I make. I'm kind of low on stock right now just because, again, the COVID year, kind of shut everything down for me, and I was laid off for a couple months. So, but yeah, you can check it out. There's samples on there. You can check out some of the other stuff I do in print. And I definitely have some ideas for RoboCop if you guys ever do RoboCop.
I am so down for that.
Hey, that already got remade like very recently. But
I ignore that one. That doesn't count.
You know, like,
Steve, didn't you do a comic on RoboCop?
I did a parody. I called it Authority Bot, and it's like the owner's manual if you bought a RoboCop. So like if you're a police station and you buy a RoboCop, this is like the owner's manual for how to work it and stuff.
Nice.
But during this, I had more ideas for a RoboCop remake than Showgirls for a while.
Max, do we have some judging? Let's start.
This is rough, guys. This is really hard. Both pitches were amazing. I was blown away by like the detail you guys went into to tell this whole story. I mean, that's like, and everyone did more than Team Slut Lizard. I gotta say, for your first fucking remake, this is. I'm so impressed with you guys. Before anything gets said and done, you came out here, you gave a one hell of a pitch, and it's really good. I'm just happy to see you guys like really got into it, and I had a blast before anything gets said and done. All of the stuff was great. I had a blast the whole time. So please, none of you competitors feel bad at the end of this. You're all winners. Like, this is very, very hard for me to judge. All right, so starting with the pitch, we've got Team Slut Lizard's pitch is pretty much the same storyline of the original movie, except we're throwing in some K-pop bands. We've got some slut food going on there. They're blasting "I Am the Warrior." There's a dog food montage scene. They're gonna play "Hungry Like the Wolf" during the dog food montage scene, and "I'm erect." That's what I've got written down.
We could have just said those, and then we could have saved a lot of time.
So yeah, that's great. That's a wild ride. And then Team Heavy Metal Masters. They've got it's going to be more in recent time, maybe a couple years in the future. The Magmasaurus Casino is failing, and they get Nomi to bring them back to life. And then it turns out this whole thing is a murder mystery. That's pretty much your pitch, watered down to the basic, right? That's but to throw in some awesomeness, you've got Jackie Chan and kung fu fights. Let's see here. Murder mysteries and all kinds of fun. And this is going to be more of a sequel to Showgirls. And I guess there was already a sequel, so this could be like Showgirls 3.
Again, popular nowadays, they're going to ignore the sequel. And
so they're going to the original timeline sequel.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, between those, I had to take Team Heavy Metal Masters only because Team Slut Lizard, your movie is going to be 4 hours long. To get all of that and do that well without pulling a full-on Chris Nolan plus a Tarantino. That's just not doable. I love your pitch. I really do. It's just I don't think they can make that movie. And if that like, guys, it was awesome. It was epic, and I don't want you to feel down about it because it was very close. But when it came down to it, I was like, what movie could be made?
Oh, fair.
You just can't do that. But no, it was an epic pitch. I really loved it. So the pitch goes to Team Heavy Metal Masters.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You guys had a great pitch, man.
Good work. For the cast, we've got Team Slut Lizard. They've got Nomi cast as Lena Dunham. Zach is cast as Adam Driver. We've got Dolly Parton playing the Crystal Connors. Molly Abrams by Zoe Kravitz. Donald Glover in there. They've got Admiral Adama and Willem Dafoe with a weird Saved by the Bell tie-in to kind of bring back the weird Saved by the Bell tie-in of the last one. Diamond. So they're going to get him a work furlough program to get him out of jail.
Yeah, we'll work it out with his agent.
Yeah,
Mhm,
yeah. So
totally.
that'd be pretty cool. That's an all-star cast versus Team Heavy Metal Masters. They're bringing back a bunch of people to reprise their roles. So you got Elizabeth Berkley, Gina Gershon. We're gonna have Christopher Walken, which is amazing. And again, Willem Dafoe. So Willem Dafoe kind of cancels out on this one because you both playing different roles, which is interesting. But so no one gets any props or disses for that because you both got them. The casino director is going to be played by Patton Oswalt. The three dead dancers are going to be Jeremy, played by the Twilight Wolf, Portia, played by Asia Argento, and Susie, with your you're going to bring in an actual porn star to kind of do the
former
make a porno deal. Gianna Michaels, who is what's and then, Teddy Goto. Am I saying that right? Teddy Goto.
Yes.
Teddy
is going to be played by the one and the only Jackie Chan. Interesting.
What is that?
I don't know.
Dead dancers.
Oh.
That was a thinker.
I'm gonna go with Team Slut Lizards cast on this one.
Yeah.
The freaking what's that show that they were on together?
Girls.
The girls reunion has some merit.
It has built-in marketing to it as well.
I kind of don't want any actual kung fu people to. I feel like you're gonna lose something if it gets too technical. So I'm gonna go with the Team Slut Lizards cast. They will have to cast some different people because I went with the other guy's pitch. So you're gonna have to flush out. It's that's an all-star cast, and I love Donald Glover. I know Jim was kind of hating on him a little bit, but I'm a Donald Glover fan, so I'm going with that cast. So that's the pitch goes to Heavy Metal Masters, cast goes to Team Slut Lizard. For the marketing,
we got director already.
Well, I'm doing it in my way.
Okay, fair.
He's the judge.
For the marketing, I went with, Team Slut Lizard had the NC-35, the first ever NC-35 for legally married couples for over. You have to prove all of this to buy your ticket.
That's ism. Marriedism. Is that a thing? Marriedism.
So they're breaking records. They're breaking new ground with that. They're gonna reintroduce Smell-O-Vision. So
yes.
I guess that's something like borrowed and something used. Or something like that. They're gonna bring back the Smell-O-Vision. They're gonna have these awesome scents like stale cigarettes, cheap perfume, and boob sweat.
Yes, that's exactly right.
And they're going to release an app that gives you a photo filter that gives you tits. And you can have all different. You can have nasty, hairy tits, or big floppy tits, or whatever. There's gonna be all kinds. All the tits will be represented in all the colors and all the sizes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's you guys' pitch. That's a bunch of good stuff. And so Team Heavy Metal Masters is going to push their creative writing team that I scrapped. Oh no, I haven't done that yet. No, the creative writing team, and because they've got who was it here?
The Zucker brothers and Abrams.
Zucker brothers and Jim Abrams. So that's a bunch of stuff there. They're gonna roll two movies basically. They're gonna have the original the theater cut, and then the director's cut with which will have a naked Jackie Chan. Mm-hmm. And that will be what brings people back around after they've already paid the money the first time. So it's a way to double dip the chip and get away with it. And then they're going to start off the Showgirls franchise. They're going to have such things as an adult cartoon, maybe on HBO. And they're going to have a toy line with you can get the was it Magnosaurus Casino? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
You're gonna be able to get the Magnosaurus Casino play set and all that fun stuff. And they're also going to run can we run that promo one more time?
Taco Bell presents its newest entree as seen in the hit movie Showgirls. Nomi gobbled them up on screen, and now you can get your hands on Nomi's beefy fish taco. Engulf all the voluptuous flavors in your mouth. Available in plain or smothered with our patented crispy sauce. So go to Taco Bell and get Naomi's beefy fish taco. Available at all locations only after midnight.
All right, so they're gonna have a promo, and they're gonna create the beefy fish taco, Nomi's beefy fish taco.
Available only after midnight, though. By the way, you know.
For the marketing, I went with Team Slut Lizard because I like the idea that I could not go watch the movie.
We'll send you a Blu-ray. We'll send
if it's anything like the original, I don't want to. So I can't go. It's a shame. I wish I could, but I can't. That's one of the reasons that they got in. To bring back Smell-O-Vision is bold.
We're men of very bold ideas.
I don't think that would be like work in an actual pitch office. Like somebody's not going to say you win because I like your pitch the best because that means I can't see it.
Can't also, that in the same way that Deadpool revealed the rated R comic book market, I feel like you guys are going to reveal this like 50 Shades freaking adults getting married adults who are bored with each other market, and that's a real way to they get to feel better than everyone else because they're the only ones who can go see it. So
and the elitism of being able to be like, have you seen it? No. Oh well, I saw it a couple times. We went to the what?
Me and Cindy went and saw it 3 times already. So yeah, I'm definitely down for that, and I think the app could. I mean, like, who doesn't want tits, right? Like, I would love a glorious pair of tits that I could just right here. So yeah, that's great. So I'm gonna go with that marketing. So yeah, right now we've got the pitch from Team Heavy Metal Masters, the Slut Lizards cast, and the Slut Lizards marketing. Moving to director, we've got the Zucker brothers and Abrams writing, with John Woo directing, and say that dude's name, Dan.
John Woo and Yen Wu Peng.
Yen Wu Peng is going to be your stunt and dance coordinator.
Yes,
and that's who your guys are going with. Team Slut Lizard is going with Baz Luhrmann, who's handled projects like this before. He's good with the big budget dancing song and dance film. So that's a solid choice there. I went with Team Heavy Metal Masters for director. That's I want to see that. Yeah, I want to see the John Woo. I want the doves, and at some point in time, Nomi's gonna have 2 pistols, and she's gonna be like jumping side, and it's gonna be awesome. So that's a wrap. I mean, we're talking gold here. So that brings us to a tie. Everyone's got 2 points, so it's down to the soundtrack. We've got the Slut Lizards is going to have an 80s to early 90s style soundtrack with an original song by Dolly Parton, maybe a riff on the 9 to 5, but working until 9 in the morning. And the Heavy Metal Masters are rolling with all original soundtrack, just flipping it back over. Except they're going to add a Evanescence cover of "I'm Afraid of Americans" with a Bowie, the original Bowie "I'm Afraid of Americans" on their soundtrack. And you guys, again, like this. Thank you all for this. I really didn't think this is going to be as crazy and fun as it has been. So, I mean, if you're on the ride, I got to tell you, it was a good one.
Yeah, John's been begging to do this movie for like years.
Yeah, it's
no, not years, but it's been a little bit. Every time we discuss remake topics, I'm like, Showgirls. Showgirls.
Give me a reason to watch Showgirls again.
And then I hate myself for doing it. So clearly I'm a sadist. Clearly.
All right. And the winners are Team Slut Lizard. I admire for the original Dolly the Dolly song. I want to see that. I want to see her in the movie. You know, like that's gonna be a lot of fun, I think. And I had to give it to you guys. And I mean, I wanted to give it to you simply on the length of your pitch. Like, earned it for me. Like I was wowed by that. But no, it's great stuff, and I had a blast. This is really good.
Now, John,
well done, gentlemen.
$100 each if we win, right? Like, get the prize money. We were told there's prize money, right?
No, we only give out prize money on February 31st.
I mean, we're gonna write down your names so that we can get you guys on here again sometime because that pitch was fantastic. Dan and John, your pitch was great too.
Thank you.
From myself, Max, John, Dan, Steve, and Jack, everybody have a great day.
Recycle your droids.